let's dig into Sleepy Joe and his campaign against President Trump, and with senior advisor to the 2020 re-election bid, Corey Lewandowski, and Michelle Malkin, conservative rock star and syndicated columnist, who's about to have a show here on NewsMax as well. So, Corey, look, you've managed campaigns before. What is poor Joe Biden's campaign manager doing? Every time he gets in front of a camera, he puts his foot in his mouth.
Look, Joe Biden should be thanking people that the coronavirus actually exists, because the only thing that's helping Joe Biden is that he's not in front of more cameras. And just when he gets in front of the camera from his basement, he sees gaffe after gaffe after gaffe. Don't forget, Joe Biden is the same candidate who said that poor kids are just as smart and bright as white kids, okay? I don't even know what that means, because I was a poor kid. So, this is Joe Biden who had to come out and make such an egregious statement. But it's amazing to me, because some members of the media said his comment about black people was met with mixed reaction. Who was praising these comments that Joe Biden made? Even Barack Obama's own political director of the White House called out Joe Biden and said that these comments are out of line and needs an apology. There is no one supporting these comments. You've got a 77-year-old white person who's telling the African-American community how black they can be. This is outrageous.
Yeah, look, in my opinion, the comments are actually racist. I don't care whether you're Asian, whether you're black, whether Hispanic. You have a right to vote for who you want to vote for, and no establishment party should be telling you how to vote. And so, Michelle Malkin, your response to this, to me, it's outrageous, and he owes really more than an apology. He's kind of half apologized for it.
Well, in a way, it's helpful, because in his gaffe-tastic ineptitude, Joe Biden merely expresses an opinion and an attitude about minorities in this country that most of the radical left does. This is the attitude that most of academia has about minorities and where their authenticity should be defined, how it should be defined. It's always been defined in the minds of these social justice warriors as pledging allegiance to one party or the other, to one side of the ideological spectrum or the other. This is nothing new. And the apology is a faux apology, of course, because they're not going to change their attitude. Many of these privileged white elite Democrats think that they hold the power to certificate, to issue authenticity documents to minorities based on how they vote. And it's not just black people, it's Asians, it's Hispanics. And as one of the prominent conservatives of color who's fought on the political battlefield for more than a quarter century, I've been called all the names in the book. You get called a banana, you get called a coconut, you get called an Oreo, right? You're yellow or black or brown on the outside, and then they tell you that you're white on the inside because you think a different way from them. And so all of this is kabuki theater, okay? I just want to dash some reality here on the whole situation, because most of the left will forgive Joe Biden and march on. And, I'd like to think that this is going to have some material impact on how blacks are going to vote in November. But, the reality is it's not.
Well, I fear that you may be right, but I do think there is great hope, and I think there's a lot of people waking up of all colors that the democratic process just is not working, or the Democrats' process is just not working here in America today. Corey Lewandowski, thank you so much for coming on today. Michelle Malkin, thank you. We look forward to your program coming up here on NewsMax within the next couple of weeks.